What's up YouTube, Quality for Man 221 here. Welcome to the Christmas special dash 2.5k subscriber special. Anyway, so we're gonna do a live commentary here. I have a battle from all the Total Wars. This is Rome. I'm deciding to do this one live. The rest will be replays. So this is a 15k battle, and I gave some rules to my opponent. He didn't acknowledge anything, so I'm not sure we broke him, but he's the Greeks. And to be honest, I love fighting the Greek city-states. I know how to beat them, and I can beat them really well. I mean, it's really not that hard. And I'm being read as a festive Christmas spirit there. Got some more archers here. 15k the archers can really swing to your favor. I believe he has some Spartans, that's why I got a large contingent of cavalry and skirmishers. Good, he didn't cheat, but he does have artillery. Okay, well I said no artillery. Maybe I should have kept typing until he acknowledged the rules, but whatever. I don't know why this guy's in group. Oh, it's because I'm pressing H. Huh. That's weird. I need to get better control of my troops here. It doesn't matter. We're gonna send these guys after those guys anyway. Okay, so these guys are coming in now to attack his artillery. He's just got some peasants there, not a big deal. These guys are all gonna attack his Cretan archers. And my urban cohorts are gonna run up. It's interesting I was using that, because I'm gonna pull my cavalry over. Here, we are skirmishing with him. I mean, I clearly am winning the missile fight. As you can see, his troops taking lots of casualties. I did buy the cheap archers, though. Everyone will go on to fire at will. At this point, he should be running up, but he's just gonna let us throw all our peel at him. Which is okay. So his general's bodyguard just charged there. Just got rid of the peasants. I'm going into attack his artillery now. I don't think we had a response from him on that that front there. So it looks like we're under attack on the wings. I'm gonna break 2 cavalry off over here. You know, I'm not too worried about his Greek guys, to be honest. I'm not too worried about his cavalry. I am worried about all those troops though that are coming in. Now we're gonna take out his Cretan archers here. So this is where the rout of his phalanx shall begin. Those guys are gonna flank around. So he's trying to move his Spartans in, but I can honestly just rear charge these guys. And that just broke them. So now I'm gonna withdraw my cavalry as more of his Spartans come in. I'm weaker on this flank, but this mass envelopment I'm doing on this side should serve us well. I got my cohorts coming in, bringing in the cavalry from the rear. Like, he tried to bring cavalry to balance out that the Greeks really have no good cavalry. As you can see, these guys are sandwiched completely. Looks like his Spartans are coming over there. I wonder if he thinks I'm even watching this fight here. I'm gonna make his Spartans turn so all my archers can start focusing on them. So we've started routing the Spartans in the middle here. I'm gonna attack right there. gonna bring the cavalry for a rear strike. These guys are gonna engage the Spartans here. The Spartans are dying in the middle. I mean, I think it's pretty hard to win as the Greeks when you're going against a player who is experienced with the cavalry and has fought many battles like this. I mean, you just wait for the spears to get engaged and then you attack them. And his general's bodyguard there aren't really going to do anything. I need to get these guys out. And get all the cavalry back here and ready for a strike. So, I mean, I'm kind of happy he chose the Greeks because it's just easy to show you how effective cavalry can be in this game. They're pretty important. That's why I brought a lot of them. So all the cavalry is getting behind his troops now, including his general. Oh, look at that. He's turning his guys away. I guess I don't even care anymore. All the cavalry's coming in. A bunch of red on red here. And that should do it. Yep. That's it. That's all he had. Good game to my opponent, Sabretooth, though.
The enemy are utterly beaten.
I was trying to type good game.
Worthy of a great general.
Captain Selvius. Okay, I had 974 kills. I killed most of his army, to believe it or not. He had about 400. Good game to you. I'll see you in Medieval 2. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Medieval battle in my Christmas 2.5k subscribers. Okay, let's slow this down. So this is on 100k. I don't know why it won't just relax. There we go. Okay, this is a 100k battle, and Hunter is the host. And it did lag a lot during the battle, so I hope it's gonna be laggy in the replay. So he's just got like very small army. He gives himself 100k, upgrades a couple troops. He gets some general's bodyguard, 2 knights hospitaller, and he's got 2 armored spearmen. And he's got some missiles. So I immediately take my huge French force and look at all this cavalry. I am just gonna absolutely overwhelm this unit, or so I think. This is why I hate 100k battles. It's because one unit can hold up 7 units of cavalry. Now, this guy I have a lot of respect for. I think his name is Corgan. This guy has so many. Well, I guess I hate this part. I hate when people use all these crossbowmen. Have these crossbowmen.
Our men are under attack.
And just kind of
We must act now.
And these guys are deadly. They're longer than some of my troops. I think this is killing some of my cavalry. And these lancers are going after these guys. I mean, honestly, on a campaign, they'd probably rout, but that's because these guys are completely upgraded to the max. I'm going to continue
Our men are under attack.
fast-speeding this battle.
We must act now.
So I got some of my fancy French archers up here. Somehow they couldn't shoot back, and they got shot to pieces by these crossbowmen. Oh yeah, so my opponent, my ally is the Great King. English is Hunter, and this guy's Corgan. So what's not interesting is I've got 3 units. Alright, I got like 4 units of dismounted knights. And then I got some Voltigeurs. I think that's how you pronounce it. Basically got some spear units. And then my ally here. My ally has a bunch of chivalric knights. He's got Muslim archers. He's got cavalry. So basically pretty much fighting against a Spanish player. I don't know what the hell the English player's doing, to be honest. He's over here, he's messing with my cavalry. And yeah, his archers are going to be a nuisance to like kill every single one of them. So the Spanish guy charged in his cavalry right into my archers, killed a lot of them. Because I didn't have they were too far ahead of my infantry. So now they're getting trapped by my knights. And I've literally got my whole army charging. This is an epic charge by all my troops. We're going to kill this cavalry. One thing I love about the dismounted French troops, and even the English dismounted troops, they got these giant halberds. It's freaking sweet. So, he's got a bunch of dismounted conquistadors, and these guys are so tough. They literally fight to the death. This is why I'm speeding up the battle. Well, I mean, we're on 1 right now because it's pretty epic. Oh, what was that? Alright, he has artillery also. So my archers are shooting, his archers are shooting. All my guys are coming up the hill. We're charging. It's epic. Can you believe like we're only going against 3 units? You would not believe how long these units last. These conquistadors are ridiculous. I hate 100k battles. Infinite money is ridiculous with the... Alright, he's shooting artillery. That's my ally. Also got a cannon way back here doing nothing. So I mean, 100k just makes them last too long. As you can see, I've got tons of my cavalry around. You know, the upgrades are just ridiculous. I mean, these guys are going to fight to the death, even if defeat seems certain, and it's going to take a really long time. Meanwhile, my ally here has a bunch of dismounted Norman knights. I think it's conquistadors. He's got his cavalry engaging with Corgan. So Corgan's taking on both of us right now, to be honest. Even though he's kind of surrounded as minimal troops, it's going to last for quite a long time. So he's got his troops there. We're fighting here. Got all my cavalry here. And the English guy decides to finally be a trooper in the sense he's with his troops. And I don't know why, but I sent my general's bodyguard into these guys, which wasn't the best idea. And I'm like, well, that's probably not the best idea. So I would do this, guys. I got some cavalry here trying to pincer these guys. They're still fighting. Right, I got my archers. These are dismounted French archers. These guys are like the best French archers they got besides Scots guards, I believe. So they're taking some shots at, I think it's these guys, yeah. He's got Muslim archers. I like Sicily in this game. They have a varied unit of archers. They got some weird flag though. Oh, like what the hell is that? Like 3 legs, really? But they got Muslim archers. They got Norman knights. He's got broken lances, which is kind of like an Italian guy. These guys are actually winning, believe it or not. These guys are beating all his knights here. I mean, I'm not doing so hot. My guys are kind of, I guess they are kind of killing. These guys are pretty much slaughtering these guys. But they're going to fight to the death, which is really quite annoying. And his crossbowmen, they're killing my knights. I hate it. They have a big shield which protects them in armor. They've got a good sword which can kill cavalry. And they're really tough. So I'm desperately trying to just have my men run over these guys. There's like a couple of them left. They've really been holding up all my troops. He sent this unit to reinforce, but these guys are already here. And believe it or not, these guys are actually going to lose. These mounted conquistadors are ridiculous. Ah, yes. He sent some of his cavalry. He sent some of his armored sergeants here. Or armored swordsmen, my fault there. And my archers are just going to keep taking shots at him. And then my cavalry's coming. So my cavalry's going to completely charge these guys. That's my general's bodyguard.
Only half the enemy force remains.
So only half the enemy force, but well, here's what's happened to my cavalry. They're all dead on the field. Except for these guys. So we finally just took over these guys. And I'm desperately trying to attack his Pavi's crossbowmen, and England's going to send in their cavalry, which is more woes. I'm just desperately trying to get my guys off from below the hill.
They have lost half their men.
Let's see, we're breaking through here. We do have massive numbers on our side. It's getting pretty epic. There's a lot of fighting, a lot of body. A lot of glory here is being served on this battle. Let's see. He's still got some reserve guys. I don't know what they're doing there. Maybe he forgot about them, but he will use them later. We are... Alright, and then my ally just broke through his left, and he's completely charging after England. He's not like England have any reserves. It doesn't help that these settings run pretty big also. You can find a full, yeah. Okay, I guess this is on normal or large. My cavalry's fighting the death, their cavalry's fighting the death. We're not going against England's cavalry, which I'm not too worried about, because we do have those halberds. As you can see, they're very effective against horses. So these guys are not only good in melee, they're slow, but they have heavy armor and they have great attack. I like medieval too. Their campaigns can be extremely fun. And it looks like the broken lances got activated that we're here. But look at my ally. He's just throwing. He's killing tons of our men. Just throwing. Is it really worth throwing a rock there when there's 10 of his guys? A bunch of
Our
ours.
men are under attack.
Anyway, we massacred those cavalry. So we're moving up on attack here. This battle felt a lot longer than it was on the replay, at least. We're gonna start attacking those conquistadors. And we're gonna be attacking his knights here. King's knights are attacking Hungary here. This looks pretty cool. Alright, there goes their general. I think those are Norman knights, actually. Is there Norman knights around here? These guys are absolutely sick. Norman knights is a feast.
Seigneur, only half of our force remains.
Look at all my dead guys here. I mean, it's a massacre. It's ridiculous. Tons and tons of dead guys. So we're going against these conquistadors, desperately trying to break them. My men are tired. These guys are warmed up. My spears are finally going against cavalry, which is good. That's a good thing. His crossbows are still retreating back here. Believe it or not, what troops he left here are actually losing. So all of our archers and all of my archers are actually focusing on these guys because his conquistadors actually won this. I don't know if it's because he pulled away a lot of his troops, but oh yeah, here's my general's bodyguard. They were shooting the hell out of him. Like all the crossbows were targeting him, and even when he was all the way back here, they were targeting him. So I just brought him all the way down there because I didn't want him to die in the replay. For the replay, at least. Anyway, we're going to start attacking these guys. He's got some more cavalry. I've got spears. I'm not too worried about it. And these guys are heavy infantry. I mean, heavy infantry will win the day. So we're going to start attacking these cowardly crossbowmen. I hate them so much in this game. And my cannon's done nothing. They're moving up. There's one guy here who seems to be defying arrows. But these guys are here, and we're all targeting them pretty much. I mean, if we can't win, we might as well shoot these guys down. We don't want to send in some more infantry just yet. You can see they're just getting absolutely hammered with arrows. And yeah, so my guys are attacking the crossbowmen who are fighting gallantly.
Our cowardly foe runs.
England's gone.
We must push our advantage.
These guys are now fighting. And around this time, I believe, Spain said good game. Then we started asking England why he didn't decide to, what are these guys doing? Go and aid these guys. We asked England why he brought such a small army. So here's the Spanish general here. As you can see, there's not too much. There's a decent number, and then he admitted defeat. So a good game to him not making us keep playing out this replay. I mean, it was pretty good. There's a lot of troops in the field, as we saw. Over 6,000, 6,500. I killed the most. No, I didn't. Spain did an excellent job. He killed the most. I killed the second most, but he killed 800 more. So both lost some troops. There was some good teamwork on our part. Here are the battle stats if you want to pause the video and read some of those. So yeah, that was the medieval one. I'll see you on the Empire one. Connor221. What's up, YouTube? Claudia4Man221 here. Welcome to the Empire part of the special video, the Christmas special video dash 2.5 subscribers. So we are on Empire this time. I've got Buckley's regiment. I've got a bunch of cav. I got some Cheval Lancers. I've got Garde de Corps, Cuirassiers, more Lancers. On this flank, I've got Cheshire à Cheval. And then in my center, I've got a bunch of line infantry. Let's see, I think I have an elite unit. Yep. These Scottish troops. Let's look at my American opponent. He has a bunch of Minutemen. Lots and lots and lots of Minutemen. But he upgraded them heavily. So he's got some militia. He's got Pioneer Militia. Lots of Minutemen. In fact, he doesn't have a single elite unit. Now I charge his cannons quickly with my my two Cheshire à Chevals, and then he has some Pioneer Militia, as I pointed out earlier. So I'm just triple speeding this because there was a lot of maneuvering in the beginning. Okay, so it is my Tiradoras against his Pioneer Militia. As we know, the militia are not the best units in the game. These are brave French troops. Looks like he also has hidden in the woods some light dragoons. There's also Colonel Dragoons, which is a, he doesn't have that, at least I don't think, on this side. I haven't seen it in the battle yet. He has some Colonel Dragoons. Let's look at the French charge of the Lancers and the light dragoons. We're getting pretty shot up, but we've engaged these guys in melee. Here comes the second wave in. They get a lot of kills on the charge. So light dragoons are meant basically for skirmish, just like I show, well, just like I will show in later in Fall of the Samurai. But basically, these guys are meant for shooting, not for messing with Lancers. Lancers have huge attack. I mean, they have a lance. I think the Spanish invented the lance, believe it or not. It was a way to kill infantry on the ground without dismounting your horse. So we got sabers clashing, and I'm throwing in my Corsairs. The heavy cavalry is now coming into the fight. He's starting to lose this cavalry fight as I'm pouring in more units. And it looks like he's moving up a little bit. I want to finish this fight because I see the Americans coming over here. The Minutemen about to enter the woods. So we need to wrap up this fight. We need to kill these units. I mean, it's kind of funny. These are my two favorite factions in this game. France is a late period battle, in case you're wondering. So now we've killed these guys. I need to get my cavalry out of here because we got militia who are shooting into the woods now. Now these Minutemen, even though they got 3 chevrons, they're still to be trifled with. I mean, they're not. You don't want to just take them lightheartedly. Still not seeing much from his Minutemen. Let's see, over here we got some more Pioneer Militia. Look what he drove out of the woods. He's got some Marines. These are very cool units. Use all the DLC, as you can see. Yeah, US Marines are 90 men because they're so powerful. And he's also got those guys upgraded with chevrons. As you can see, my army really doesn't have a lot of chevrons. So I began to meet his advance with my line infantry, my regiments, in the woods. Now we're wearing white so they can see us. But we're in a skirmish fight right now. My team doors are getting their butts kicked. I mean, they're firing back, but I don't know. I like the line on line. I feel like I have more control over that. But yeah, the skirmish fight, he's using his militia. Now he's pouring in more troops. He's pouring his actual militia. And those guys are good in the campaign for holding towns. And I'm trying to desperately bring over another unit. Like, sometimes I like to just shift my whole formation, but with the shooting, and I don't think I want to make it in time, but I'm using these guys, getting ready to counter. And as you can see, I'm going to send all my cavalry in. You know, we might as well counter these guys, as they're just Minutemen after all, who do not have bayonets, believe it or not. Yeah, but these guys were the guys who first defended and started the revolution. As you can see, there's the cavalry coming bashing down on the Minutemen on this flank. There's the Stars and Stripes. The Americans are a very popular group. So now the proper fight has started. And these guys are running down the line. Try not to get shot as they try to reinforce that other side. My cavalry is, I think they're just pretty much, they're tired, and I mean, these guys are fresh, so they're not going to be doing too well in the melee. But what it's doing is delaying my opponents. I can move my my troops in. As you can see, I moved up my Timodoras, and they're starting to take pot shots at these pioneers. I don't know if these guys are skirmishers or not. Whatever they are, they're dying. I mean, we have such long range. These guys have 150 or 125, I believe. Maybe it's 75 and 100. I don't remember the exact ranges. I mean, it's getting a little chaotic. And then over here is where all the fighting's happening. So now I withdrew what's left of my cavalry. Some of them are routing, but I'm withdrawing them. And here comes the line infantry in here. So the line infantry is going to be turning, and they're going to go face them. Getting almost, it's weird, Empire sometimes lags, so I'm just getting a lag spike there. It could be because artillery. I think my artillery's finally shooting. I don't know, I'm sorry about the lag here. We got Morgan's Rifle Corps also. Should relax a little bit now, hopefully. So we already got these guys that are routing from my cavalry and my infantry. Ah, there we go. Okay, it rebounded. That was a little weird there. I'm trying not to zoom on that part of the battle too much. So these guys are just waiting here. These guys are gonna hopefully match with the Marines. Thought I saw. I think there's no artillery. Really don't like artillery too much. We need a little overhead here. So yeah, these guys are dying in the woods. To my guys, because they are just militia after all. The US does have the best militia. The Minutemen can be pretty good, but not against regular line infantry. I mean, we have the Battle of Bunker Hill, historical battle. That's kind of challenging with the line infantry. My guys are also firing a fire by rank, which I believe these guys do not know. Yeah, because they are militia after all. So they're still staying steady, and they've lost 80 men. He's now bringing Morgan's Provincial Rifle Corps in. He's also got some Minutemen to kind of cover them. I think this stopped my team doors. As you can see, he's doing like a weird, almost like a massive charge into my guys. So I'm trying to set up troops desperately. I'm shooting the heck out of these Pioneer militia. I don't know why he wanted to go with such militia, but my guys will gladly shoot these guys down. These guys fire in platoon fire. Very elite. Very elite. Okay, so now we're in melee with these guys. These are guards. You do not want to mess with these guys, as that guy just found out. So I'm going to reform my lines. We got the Marines now opening fire on us. They fire platoon, I believe, also. So I know these guys probably aren't going to last long, but I mean, I'm getting killed on this flank. I do not have enough troops to hold all these guys, even though I do have an advantage on the hill. So I mean, I need to wrap up this stuff in the force, start transferring troops over. I mean, he's just using these guys as a holding force, but I need to quickly move because this flank is in danger of collapsing. I've got like 1 unit guarding against 4 of these guys, and in volume, yes, these guys will absolutely shred. As you can see, my skirmishers are getting massacred over here. And I'm bringing up these guys to start taking some shots, but we need to. I mean, my Frenchmen are going to start dying. As you can see, these guys are getting massacred by the Marines. And my guards have just been massacred also. And this guy's lost 1 guy. I think we're focusing mainly on that unit, but, I mean, it's not looking good on this flank. I think I'm going to try to shoot his guards. I'm moving my cavalry to try to shoot some of his Marines on the side. There, I still got the, I'm resting the cavalry from earlier in the fight. Looks like we're in a melee combat. I think I didn't want to shoot at these guys too much. I mean, we do have superior melee stats, these just militia. Looks like he's also got some more Minutemen coming for the melee fight. And his general's bodyguard. So we're getting shot to pieces by these Minutemen. So now it's just my line infantry. My whole right flank is broken. I don't even remember if I win this or not now. It's not looking good for me. So these militia are dying. They're still fighting though. I mean, when you give your men chevrons like that, they will fight. Question is, do these guys have chevrons? No, they do not. Yes, they do. They have 1. I'm bringing my cavalry now in to try to kill the general here. I wouldn't call it George Washington, but kill some high-level general. This could be the French and Indian War to be. Well, I guess they need like semi-British flags. So we pretty much won this side. This is General's bodyguard, which is dying here, and a couple militia. I'm doing a retreat, trying to get some of my men back. So we just got massacred, as you can see. He's still got a bunch of Marines left. And so we're almost like withdrawing, consolidating our losses now. Kind of trying to get some units regrouped up and everything. I mean, I lost lots of troops. And I think I'm trying to reform a line or something back here. I'm getting my troops back that were routing. I think all of his guys were shattered. I mean, I don't see any. I guess those guys, Pioneer Militia, might be. Okay, so what I'm trying to do with these cav is run up and shoot them. Just take some cheap shots at the Marines when they can't defend themselves, like that, and run away. I think we shot a bunch of our own guys too. This cavalry is unpredictable. I think Clifton attack order there too. So I'm bringing my troops over from the forest and running them up. They're exhausted. They've been fighting in combat for a long time. This forest has been turned into a gravesite. Lots of cavalry, lots of militia, lots of dead French and American troops. I'm consolidating my forces on the hill. I'm even putting my guys in a regular formation here, because when they're in that light infantry doctrine, they will not begin to rest at all. So they won't be able to rest, and you want your troops to be fresh. These guys are not going to be fresh hour because they had to run up a hill. So I'm kind of camping. I'm not going to lie. I want this fight bad. I want to win it. So I'm wanting to defend a choke point here. I guess it's not a choke point. I guess it's like a little hill. But I'm basically waiting for my troops to rest. There's not a lot of action. I'm moving up my skirmishers, and he's consolidating his troops in the big bulks. Then I got some of my cavalry here. I don't know. It kind of seems like I think he's gonna try to attack over here. We'll see. He's running up his militia. I'm running back. We're doing a little bit of skirmishing. I think I just want to take some shots at him. Where am I? Cheshire Ashabal. These guys are on the hill here. They're all reloaded. They're ready to go. So he's trying to weave around on this massive formation here. I just didn't bother to go with my guys in light infantry doctrine. So it's like I'm running these guys because he's coming. He's gonna make his major attack on here where I don't have my troops. So I gotta quickly. I'm gonna sacrifice my cheval, my cavalry. It's kind of weird. Like it's a weird formation here with the hill and the terrain. My cavalry's gonna send some guys flying like that poor guy. One of these guys inspired by nearby units. Exactly. So my cavalry's gonna kill these. Probably die trying to take out those units there. Those are the battles started to come to a climax. We had the beginning skirmishing, and now this is where the big battle's happening with what's left of our line. I don't know why he's charging these guys. I mean, they could at least shoot a little bit. Always see them as charging, get shot, and they're broken. Now, what I'm worried about is Marines, but we've set up here and we are ready, and we are taking the first shots. And I don't know what he's trying to do. He's probably trying to maneuver around on my left, but he's in the range, and I was going to try to bring him up. But these guys have 2 chevrons. These guys have 3. These guys have 3. It is not looking good. I mean, my cavalry's actually routed some Minutemen. We're winning on this side. Anywhere there's Minutemen, I'm winning. But we are on the hill here, so we're going against the militiamen and the Marines over on this flank. But by taking those first shots, we're limiting their numbers now. These guys are shooting down. Unfortunately, their shots just hit the dirt. What is happening here? My cavalry are getting killed. My cavalry are getting killed, but it's letting my guys shoot his guys, which is all that matters. Once these guys are gone, I can start moving them up. My Cheshire Ashaval are really helping me in this battle. They're taking out the militiamen. They're even going to charge his Marines, who are charging Buckley's regiment. Buckley's regiment or something. These guys not only have cavalry in the front and an elite unit in the well, they have cavalry in the back and an elite unit in the front, so they're pretty much sandwiched here. If he could honestly charge these guys in a melee, he might do pretty well if they weren't tired. So he shattered this unit, and these guys are shooting back, but the Marines are getting smaller and smaller numbers. My elite units also came back, which is very good. These guys are awesome. I mean, these are probably one of my favorite French units. As you can see, they're firing platoon style, just like the Marines. As you can see, some of them are starting to fall. So my cavalry just routed. The Marines are down in number. Now that those guys rout, I can transfer what's left of my line here, and I'm going to start moving them over here. We got my general up to try to inspire these troops because I mean, his Marines are just getting... The amount of units I was able to throw at his Marines, I mean, they killed a lot of my units, but I was able to just use our numbers and my positioning to take shots at them when they were maneuvering, etc. So the Marines are starting to die even more than they were before. I got the line here kind of sitting reloading. The rest of the troops are coming. Looks like we have the Marines are still fighting here. I'm not sure what I'm doing with those guys. These Marines are finally routing here. About to 15 men. That's pretty good. These guys are only at 21, and with both my units able to focus on them, I think their days are numbered. They'll probably not survive this battle. These guys are still fighting. I think because my guys were fresh when these guys were exhausted before. I mean, that kind of I think helped the melee. Also, the cavalry in their rear, attacking in the back there. I don't know why I'm maneuvering these guys. I should have just stood and fought them, but those guys are now broken. So all we've got are these guys and some Minutemen left. I'm gonna double speed now as I bring in all my troops to melee these Marines who are still fighting very gallantly. So those guys just rout. All we got are some Minutemen. This is a long battle. There was some maneuvering. There were some fights in the forest. So I thought it was pretty interesting. My opponent did attack me then, which is probably his downfall, but I needed this terrain. Sometimes if you can use your terrain correctly, you can beat better units, but I mean, if he just had more line infantry, you might have been able to win this. You'll see how beat up some of my troops are after this. I got 3 men. I got guys on the ridge, and that should be it. All those guys routed. This was against Ninja. Let's see, I had 1,300 kills, 956 enemy. The enemy killed me. I had a lot of losses. 171 kills from these guys. All my elite units did pretty well. Anyway, I'll see you in the next battle. It's Corn T21. I hope you enjoyed. Welcome back to the special. Okay, this is my Shogun 2 battle. So I am obviously have my army here, and I'm going against, I should say his name. Yep, Joseph. Total War. Anyway, I think, yeah. Okay, the first battle we played together, he completely owned me. No question about it. So in the first battle, he hid some cavalry. This is on the rice fields. He hid some cavalry over here, a lot of cavalry, and I just brought 4 spear units. So this time, after learning from my mistake of having no spears, I brought 3 Yari Samurai, a long Yari Ashigaru. I've got the standard 4 Katana Samurai. This time I brought 6 cavalry. I got Defender of the Faith, 3 Naginata Warrior Monk Cav, and then I've got 3 Katana Cavalry. So I mean, I learned from my mistake, and then I said no missiles, but what I meant was no like archers. But he thought it meant these guys too. Dunderbuss Cav. They're basically like mounted gunners. He's brought an interesting army. He's got 3 Yari Samurai. Keep in mind he's only a 2-star. He's got 3 Yari Samurai. He's got a Marathon Monk, Lone Swords, and then a bunch of Naginata tents. He might have thought I spammed cavalry. And we got his regular Katana Samurai. I'm worried like my guys are gonna get charged, and then they just completely opened up and like shot the hell out of that unit. And then with the charge from my Katana Cavalry, that was enough to break them. He's using a lot of the Fall of the Samurai units. I've seen those. I did another battle, and those were kind of popular online. So I positioned my army in a perfect, I don't want to say in a perfect way, but I positioned my army in a strategic way here. I'm having most of my troops on this, so I'm going to reform, as you can see here. I want this building in the way because I want him to split his attack up a little bit. And then out of the woods I see some mounted Naginata. I believe these are a Rise of the Samurai unit because they got the old Rise of the Samurai armor. That's a campaign I don't think I'd want to do. He's got a bunch of Nagi tents, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm doing some skirmishing. Here's his cavalry that attempted to charge me. They got shot to pieces. Now I don't use these guys very much, these Dunderbuss cav, but they're actually pretty decent. The problem is, as you saw with that charge earlier, they don't come into the battle reloaded. So we're doing some skirmishing. I'm putting these guys behind my long Yari Ashigaru. Now my plan is to move up my cavalry, take some shots, and encourage an attack, and then lead them right into my spear wall, a young long Yari Ashigaru, who, keep in mind, have 34 bonus to cavalry. That is the most in the game. So they're going to reform their spear wall here. It's almost like a medieval phalanx. So these guys are going to run up, and then I see them charging, so I'm kind of luring them into my spears. Here come the Naganatas right into the spear formation, and he tries to break off a little bit, and he comes back. I'm just going to position my cavalry and start taking some shots at them, try to make them come back again. So he's going to try to position. Anyway, he did fall into that trap there, but then I just engaged all my Katana cavalry, who don't have the best charge, but these guys are pretty deadly on horseback. They also have twice the number of these troops. That's the thing about the Fall of the Samurai. And then for good measure, my guys just start opening firing on them. He's going to start bringing in his Yari Samurai. His attack was a little piecemeal. I mean, now it's starting to come. And I see that my cavalry needs to just pull out of there. It's not worth getting my cavalry killed. He's got a bunch of spears moving in. I would have suggested some more spears in his army. He probably thought I was going to spam cavalry. So I just have basic, no veterancy Yari Samurai. So his should win, but this spear wall here is going to get his men caught up. And then I'm transferring over all my Katana Samurai from that flank to this flank. And I still got these guys here to counter anything he brings around that side. So, you know, I'm doing a good job of, I don't know what the heck those guys are shooting at. Oh yeah, they're shooting at that unit. I'm doing a pretty good job of being able to transfer my troops over. And then generally Katana Samurai should beat a Yari Samurai. He's got a bunch of Naginata attendants. And some of his guys are routing because they got stuck on the spear wall. And now I'm bringing both cavalry around to go massacre the center. He's also got some sword attendants, which I missed earlier. So it's a basic anvil. And these guys, all of these troops are going to get completely enveloped and completely trapped here. I mean, these guys, none of these guys are getting out of here. I mean, these guys, I got all my cavalry back here. I mean, it's just completely brutal. I do want to mention though on the first match, which I wish I had saved to show you guys that he's not a bad player and he beat me when he was 2 stars. But I mean, his general is a melee avatar and he charged my avatar in the first battle and he completely killed him. Completely killed my guys. So, you know, I learned from my opponent here that not to underestimate the troops that were hidden here. He completely caught me by surprise. I was not expecting 6 cavalry. So this time he brought less and more spears to try to balance that out, but I decided to have some strong cavalry. So you can see why the samurai rose and then fell. So it was a decisive victory. I'll take you out to the campaign. Not too many campaign videos. I'll take you out to the battle results here, and then we can we'll see the results. But very good game to him. He did beat me, so beat me in the first round. We'll probably settle our 3rd battle. We're doing best 2 out of 3. So it's great to play with subscribers. I don't always have a lot of time to do that, but it was fun. Especially like generally if you want to play a game with me, when I go into Shogun or Empire, I'm looking for people to just invite people on my list that are playing that game at the time, and if they join, they join, and that's a great thing to have. Be able to have a lot of friends. Okay, so I deployed 1320. I lost 235, and I killed 1,000 of his 15 troops. He killed 188. Look at the unit statistics. My Katana Samurai cleaned up. These guys got almost 100 kills. My Katana Cavalry, my Yari Samurai. Everyone did pretty well. My avatar did nothing. And these guys were on the flanks. Now let's look at his troops. The most his troops killed were 25 men. So a lot of this guy just got trapped by that envelopment and just died in rapid numbers. The most my units lost was 47 men. Okay, well, I'll see you in the next battle. Car1221 Welcome to the next battle, and also a shout out to Diego, my friend in school, who is an avid, who's an enthusiastic watcher of my videos. So yeah, he's my good friend at school. Okay, so now we're doing Fall of the Samurai. This is just an old battle where I won, so I'm just picking this up. This is early. This is from April, so this is a pretty early battle. It's small. My main contingent is of black bears. I've got 2 units of black bears, and I got 1 Imperial infantry. I'm relying on those guys for their skills here. And then I've got my carbine cav. Oh, I remember this. This is going to be a good battle, everybody. My opponent, Master Rabuz, brought 3 white bears, so black versus white bears. And then he's got a Bokachi and his general. Oh, look what he also has. Yes, this is where I'm going to... Oh, yeah, this is going to be a good battle, everybody. So he's got 2 Yariki. So we look at the troops. I match him for infantry. He's got 1 skirmisher, and I've only got 1 cavalry. So this is going to be a tricky battle. So I have to use my troops decisively to be able to defeat him. Okay, we're just triple speeding. We're going to kind of camp on 2 hills here, but I will break the stalemate, I promise you that. As I said, I do have 1 Imperial. Ooh, this is going to be good. Okay. So I'm going to be using this cavalry to hopefully shoot up and defeat his Yariki. Now these guys are paused. It looks like he's calling a cavalry assault in on my troops. So my guys are going to open fire and show these guys. Why they're not. I don't know why I moved them. They could have taken easy shots. Right. Okay, I'm playing a skirmishing game. I've got my Imperial troopers here. I'm going to skirmish with his cavalry and try to get rid of that. So, I mean, what I'm using here is I'm using my infantry as a shield and my general, believe it or not. But this is before he was glitched. He's still permanently glitched. That's why I have no gameplay from, not from April. My Shogun 2 avatar is not glitched anymore, my regular one, but this guy's still glitched. CSA is the initials, not Confederate States of America, in case anyone was wondering. Yeah, I get that a lot. Okay, we have his bodyguard chilling in the shade here. So I'm even bringing... He's trying to lure me deeper and deeper, and as his guys are walking, I have an attack order on them. So we just shot and massacre them, and we're gonna run away. Now we're lighter. I want to say we're lighter cavalry compared to this heavy cavalry. And we killed a decent number of his horses. So I'm kind of luring him into a trap. I'm falling back, hoping he gets in the range of these guys. And then I'm immediately calling another attack order, kind of playing at, kind of like reloading and shooting. I'm going to keep shooting at him. And he's not going to like this because his cavalry is just getting massacred. He doesn't really have a choice. I'm playing very tactically with my my carbine cav. It almost seems like some battles I'm like good with the skirmish thing, very patient, and some battles I'm just reckless and I lose to people who can better manage their troops sometimes. So I'm just going after them. So he's running back up the hill, maybe trying to lure my cavalry into a trap. And we're going to shoot at him and just keep mowing down his cavalry as they charge in. Doing relentless charges. And they're also getting very tired while my guys are fresh. So these guys will not only get shot to pieces and not catch us, we are fresh. So his cavalry's been running all over, running away. And I mean, he just keeps turning around. He doesn't want to get in range of these guys, and we're just going to keep chasing him. Now, none of these guys are veterans, so I think he put all of his money pretty much in these 2 Yaris, which are being shot to pieces. I'm going to double speed this skirmish phase. As you can see, I'm just moving my cavalry and shooting him as he tries to retreat. I'm just continuing to do that. Now, will I get in the range of those guys? I'll just keep barely out of it. Because look, my guys are about to go there. So these guys have approximately 125 range. These guys have 125 range, so it's literally on the edge of getting a full volley from these white bears. I'm not going to show you me dancing around the battlefield all day. So as you can see, his cavalry's been completely demolished. It's down to 15 and 18 out of 60 as they just disappeared in the woods here. So I've basically taken them out as a threat, which is very good. So we're just kind of camping here. I set my avatar back here to capture this shrine, which increases the stamina. He could have used that, to be honest. Here's a CSA here in his samurai outfit there. Actually, that's Tokugawa, my other avatar. Yeah, that's why this thing is glitched. That's Tokugawa. He also has this over here, which he didn't even bother to take, which was a armor and melee defense. Like in Shogun 2, I'm not sure you should be too afraid of too much melee. I mean, especially on this map with the 2 hills. It's kind of interesting how we chose to kind of sit here for a little bit. You know, I'm being tactical. I think I asked him if he wants to meet in the middle, and then I stood on this hill. Okay, so he's moving up for his assault here. Ah yes, his general's bodyguard wants to mess with my guys. The general's bodyguard has some decent range and stuff, but I've got 60 of my guys for half his strength. So he just shot 14 of my horses down. If I just shot over half his unit down. Well, okay, they're 18 right now. Yeah, his general's kicking my butt, actually. I don't know. Yeah, but with every volley we shoot, even though we're losing more men, we're just killing his general. Where's his general? I believe that's him, actually. You just see them getting knocked off their horses. Well, one of these are, I think.
Your men have killed their general,
Yeah, that was
sir.
him. So that was a costly engagement. I mean, I lost half my cavalry, which is kind of sad. That was 1 for 1. He's got his cavalry. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's trying to do a flanking attack, but barely he's coming into the this side. They can barely shoot at him, which they will. His cavalry got had no effect on this battle because I nullified that advantage. Completely shattered them. So he's got those guys there. And I don't think he realizes, but his bows have better range than me. So I mean, my stormtroopers here, I got that from Star Wars. The German troops were actually in World War I for the trenches were called stormtroopers. They were pretty elite, and they were like using grenades, and were almost like special operations. So we just show these archers what European firearms can do. See the flaming arrow effect. I do not believe we've engaged on this side. So I just did suppression fire, which will help us suppress. But we're outnumbered on this flank here. We're getting teamed by 2 units. The archers just shattered because the general was dead. Now we're gonna start focusing on these guys. I do not believe these guys have suppression fire. I don't know what my infantry were doing, but they like reform with this. This glitch was back then, but I told them to attack, and they're like forming in a bad line or something. Anyway, what's left of these cavalry are just going to start taking some flanking shots, or I think I'm just going to charge in, actually. There they go, they're charging down the line and just creating complete chaos. These guys have 130 kills.
Your men are routing, sir.
And someone just routed. I think it was my cavalry. Well, they were brave, they got plenty of kills. I think they all got massacred. Yep. Anyway, because of that shuffle glitch, they died. On this side, there's just something about black. Yeah, the black bears were 800 and the white bears were below them. There's like red bears were the lowest, and then white bear and black bear. So the black bears had better stats. So this battle demonstrates how I used my cavalry in an effective way to kill 2 of his cavalry units. Let's go on to the battle results here. So if you can use those skirmish cavalry and just skirmish with your opponent, you can take down the Yari key and Fall of the Samurai there. Yeah, I haven't played a Fall of the Samurai battle in a long time because of that. Because of not having my avatar. I mean, it's unfair for people to get like ammunition advantages and extra rally and stuff. I don't have any of that. I mean, I went on the forums and everything and posted, but I'm just hoping with every new DLC or update. I mean, with the new Otomo campaign update that got fixed. It's a pretty small battle. He outnumbered me though by 150 men. And yeah, he got killed. My carbine cab did very well, so did my stormtroopers, but they lost a lot of men. They lost all their men. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this special video for Christmas, and thanks for helping me get 2.5k or 2,500 subscribers, and Merry Christmas everybody. Calling Room 221 signing off. Hope you enjoyed.